Yo, what's up? Welcome to Wingo World YouTube. I'm your man Dale Wingo. Welcome to Wingo World, and I am back in Kodiak. And I just want to give you guys a heads up on what the goings on is currently. I got back here on the 18th of January, and we had orientation. And the next couple of days, we started working, like the following week. And we worked 3 or 4 days, actually 4 or 5 days. I think 4 days for me, 5 days for the night shift. I'm not sure how it worked out for the night shift. But so we worked 4 or 5 days that week, and we just got paid for that. It was a small paycheck. But after that week, we had like a week off. So that was a little disheartening. So we didn't make any money for the last week of January. However, today was the first day back. It's the second day of February, I believe. First or second day of February, I can't remember. It all runs together when you're not working and when you are working. Um, and we only did a half day today, but based on the boats, they're here and they're still on their way coming, so we're going to be pretty busy. So that's good. Now, the reason why I'm talking to you today because I want you to like I said last year, don't get discouraged and start thinking about ways of finding a better job. You came here to work, and the work will be here. If the work's not here, the company doesn't make money. If the company doesn't make money, nobody's happy. So the company's going to make money. Now, granted, salmon season is a little different. It's a little shorter, and you got it's hit or miss. And last year, what the company I was with missed, so none of us made money. This season for this particular fish is at least 3 months long, and they're going to make money, and you're going to make money. So stick around. Don't start looking for other places to go. Just give it time. Now, the reason why I say that because last year I came out here on the 1st of February and didn't start working until the 7th of February. Remember, I complained those 5 days we were sitting around doing nothing? So this year I came out here on the 18th of January and started working basically on the 21st, 22nd of January. So I'm ahead of the schedule. Even though we took a week or so off, I'm still pay wise, I'm ahead of where I was last year. And we started today again after that 4 or 5 days that we had to work. Excuse me, we started today. That still puts me ahead of last year's schedule. That's 2 weeks now. I'm ahead of last week's schedule. So based on my pay this year versus last year, I'm way ahead of the schedule. So I'm not looking for anywhere else to go. I'm not looking for anything else to do. I do have a time horizon which I will be in Kodiak, and it's shorter than my contract. I should tell you that. However, I'm not mailing it in on the second or third week because we're sitting around. Now, today was announced that there's 3 boats coming in today, almost $1 million, £1 million in fish. So we're going to be pretty busy. Even though today was a half day, the first boats arrived. We're going to be pretty busy. Um, First boats arrived in mid shift. So I'm not concerned about that. I want a full sprint to the end of pollock season. That's all I'm asking. And it looks we're off to a great start. Even the 4 days I started in mid January. So I say all that to say this. Don't, I said it last year, don't start looking for other places to go. Give it time. The company needs to make money. The fishing grounds are 15 hours away, one way. Give it time for the company to produce. All right? And I know you wanted to wait until you wanted to show up the day before the boat showed up. That's not how it always works. Sometimes you got to stick around. And it happens everywhere I've went so far. This is my second stint in Kodiak, and I had one stint in Naknak, and you're all the same way. The first few days, you got to wait, man. You got to wait. So stick around. Don't give up. Don't start looking. Um, Second of all, my second point, if I can remember it. Um, oh, it snows like every other day here. It seems like it snowed, and then it was nice, and then it snowed again. and it snowed, and it was still nice out. So either way, the snow is snowing on top of previous snow, which is now ice. Now my first trip to Kodiak this time last year, I was walking to work. I don't know if I told you guys, I was walking to work at 5:30 in the morning. I got to the traffic light, which is half a block away from the job. I mean, a block and a half away from the job, a half a block away from the bunkhouse. And I was crossing the street at 5:30 at night, in the morning, pitch black, except for the lights. I slipped, fell, hit my head. Remember, I told you I banged my head on the ground. Well, I'm laying there in the middle of the street, looking up at the traffic light at 5:30 in the morning. Like it seemed like 5 minutes. A pickup truck comes around. The guy pulls up next to me while I'm laying on the ground, and he says, "Get in." That's all he says. Doesn't say, "How's your head? Do you need to go to the hospital? Are you bleeding? Are you injured?" Nothing. He just says, "Get in." So I crawl on my knees. I crawl to the truck. I get in the car, and he takes me to my job. He says, "Where are you going?" I said, "Silver Bay." He takes me to Silver Bay, which is a block and a half away. One thing he said to me was, "You need to get cleats." Now, I'm not sure if he's talking about, I know he's not talking about baseball cleats, which is a plastic hard cleats that you wear on a baseball diamond and all that. I'm pretty confident he's talking about metal cleats, which are probably the equivalent of snow tires on a truck. So, whatever your marine store is, your convenience store, your general store, wherever it is, wherever you are, if you're walking to and from your job site or your mess hall and you're encompassing ice and treachery with a risk to fall and hurt yourself, you might want to consider some metal cleats to put over top of your shoes or boots. I don't know how it works. Speak to the locals or the people at the store and find out what it is to have cleats on your shoes, whether you have to buy all new shoes or a wrap over or whatever. But the guy who picked me up off the ground said, "You need to get cleats." So that's the message I'm passing to you. If you're working in inclement weather where ice is everywhere and or covered with snow, you might want to consider getting some cleats so that you don't fall and bust your head like I did last year. And I have since already fell this year. However, I fell sideways and didn't land on the back of my head. I landed on the side. Nevertheless, I did not have cleats, so I didn't listen to what I preached. However, you may want to consider it so you don't get hurt. All right, so cleats, check out that option, see if it's necessary. Talk to a local or to your local store. Don't let them sell you on anything you don't need, but you might want to consider a safer way to walk around if your path to work and otherwise is covered in ice. All right. Um, it looks like it's going to be busy. We have 3 boats that are coming in today with close to $1 million. I mean, not £1 million in fish. And so the first day of the second wave of working, we did 4 days 2 weeks ago. This is the first day of the second wave. With all intents and purposes, it looks like we're going to be busy for at least a month. So fingers crossed. I'll let you know what happens. And I wish you all good luck, good money, and good health. And let me know how you're doing. All right. This is Dale, Wingo World, and back in Kodiak, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.